Action! Hi, Tony Hunland here, the AmeriCorps Vista member serving with Georgia 4-H. There's nothing that I love more than a quesadilla made with whole wheat tortilla. Now, it's dawned on me that I don't know any of the nutrition facts about it. I don't even know how to read the label. So, I called some friends from the University of Georgia to help me out. And I took some notes, so I'll be sharing everything that I learned with you. So if you're like me before I called my friends at University of Georgia, I had one question. What is a nutrition facts label? In other words, the nutritionese. What is the label? What does it mean? Who is it from? Why is it so hard to read? Okay, that might have been more than one question. Big yikes. So here's the answer that I got. A nutrition facts label is a helpful infographic located on the back of our foods that provides information like serving sizes, the calories, the micronutrients, the macronutrients, all that good stuff. It can help you know what nutrients are in different foods. And in my case, this helps out a lot because I get to know all the glorious things that are in a whole wheat quesadilla. So good. So there are 5 main parts in this layout for a nutrition facts label. 1 is your serving size. This tells you how much of this food people typically eat. And it's the amount that all the other nutrients presented in the label are based on. Right above that, you'll see servings per container tells you how many servings are in the whole package. Keep in mind that serving size is not a recommendation of how much to eat or drink. One package of food may contain more than 1 serving. That's good to know. Some containers may also have a label with 2 columns. One column listing the amount of calories and nutrients in 1 serving, and the other column listing this information for the entire package. Also good to know. So the third thing, the calories line tells you how much energy you get from eating 1 serving of this food. The fourth thing, the nutrients are located on the left side of the column. Here you'll see which nutrients are in this food and how much is in each serving. And for the 5th one, over to the right side, you'll see the percent daily value column that shows you the percentage of the daily value for each nutrient in a serving of food. This number is most helpful for helping you understand if a food is high or low in a particular nutrient. But we'll have more on that later. Let's take a look at the total fat line and the total carbohydrate line. Listed under the total fat line are trans fats and saturated fats. Ultimately, you want to limit these types of fats and avoid trans fats whenever possible. And for saturated fats, we want to aim for it to contribute less than 10% of the calories in our diet. And here's how you can keep up with that. So let's say you need 2,000 calories per day. Pow! 1, 2, 3, 1,000. And 10% of 2,000 is 200. So you want to limit your saturated fats to 200 calories per day. Now, let's take a look at sugar. Nutrition facts labels now have total and added sugars listed on the label, but you will not see a daily value for sugars listed. The dietary guidelines also recommend limiting your added sugars in a day to less than 10% of your calories. So if you don't know, added sugar is the sugar that is added after it's made. So we're not talking about sugars that are naturally found in our food. Fruit is a good example, but processed foods like sweet treats and snack foods are examples with added sugars. So you may recall me saying something about daily values. Daily values are a great guide for a healthy diet. So the percent daily value is the percentage of the daily value for each nutrient in the serving of a food. The daily values are a reference of amount of nutrients to consume each day. It can tell you if the serving of food is high or low in a nutrient, and whether or not if the serving of the food contributes a lot or little to your daily diet for each nutrient. Now, some nutrients on the nutrition facts label, like sugars and trans fat, don't have a percent daily value, so you won't see them in this section. In general, 5% of your daily value or less is considered low. We want to choose foods with the lower percent daily value in saturated fats, sodium, and added sugars more often. But on the other end, a 20% or more daily value is considered high for a nutrient per serving. So more often you want to choose foods with a higher percent daily value for dietary fiber, calcium, iron, vitamin D, and can't forget about potassium. I get it. It's a lot. But honestly, you only have to ask yourself a few questions just to get started. Start with how many calories are in this one serving of food. Next, you can ask yourself how many servings are in each package of this food. Then you can ask yourself, what is this food high in? Because if it's high in fat, sodiums, and sugars, then you know that this is a food that you need to choose sometimes rather than often. And on the other side of that, what is this food low in? And lastly, would you recommend someone to eat this food? And maybe why? Remember, the Nutrition Facts Label is a tool to help you learn more about your food and to make good choices. So this doesn't mean that you have to read the label every single time you pick up a food. Don't let it stress you out. Just use it for what it is, a tool to help you learn and compare. And that's what I learned from my friends from the University of Georgia. So I hope you have a good one, and Tony Hunlin is out.